Wrestling sucks and there is no deserving winner, but at the end of the day, someone has got to win. Company of the Year. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. More Fog Awards. We're getting close to the end of them. Once we've finished all the awards, we'll make a post, and just to remind everybody, we'll summarise it, who won what. But so far, WWE and their wrestlers and their brands and their shows have been pretty successful in these awards, and not a lot has changed here. There was 4 companies in the running: WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, I'll be honest, I've not seen anything for New Japan Pro Wrestling this year. Not even one thing, so I couldn't tell you whether it's good or not, but I've never really liked it anyway, so I have no issues with that getting 2%. That's where we'll start. So New Japan in last place there. Maybe Dave Meltzer tuned in and he voted out the 407 votes. Maybe he sent some of his loyal subscribers, the 12.99ers a month, over to vote for New Japan. But New Japan last, and I've just never really been interested in it. No, it's just a strong style of wrestling, isn't it? With nothing else going on.
I've never watched it. I'll never watch it. And that's about it, guys. I just can't stand New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's not for me.
It would be like Nakamura versus Nakamura for 10 matches in a row.
I mean, 2% of this list, that's like, what, 8 people voting? Maybe 9 when you factor in the 7. So yeah, 9 people, 8 people voted for New Japan. I'm nothing good about it, man. It's like, the only time I would ever care is when like Brock or Hogan went. But that's nothing to do with New Japan. That's just the fact they were there.
So, now, here, I'm all for giving wrestling companies a chance, but I just don't think there's any point with New Japan.
No.
Even if they're cutting great promos and doing great stories in Japanese, we wouldn't know.
Exactly, yeah, that's it.
So as an English-speaking viewer, I feel like it's kind of, worthless watching. Anyway, let's move into second/third. It was joint, 7% AEW and TNA. TNA, 7%, AEW, 7%. Both of these companies not having great years. AEW probably had the worst year of their existence. TNA, They had a reboot year. They were trying to bring back the glory days. It didn't happen. I mean, you could maybe argue TNA, though, had their best year in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're basing this off what entertained me more, I would go with AEW. But if we're basing it off business-wise, I mean, AEW regressed and TNA has made massive strides, reverting back to its old name, actually getting decent people in. I mean, it's got to be TNA every day of the week from a business point of view, but if we're factoring off entertainment, I've got to go with All Elite Wrestling.
Although one of these companies, did just get a big, massive deal with Max, and TNA's on a fucking nothing show, so, I mean, take that back.
No, I won't take it back, because you've got to base it, you've got to compare the two with a pinch of salt at the end of the day. AEW has literally lost like a third of its audience. TNA's not done that. Based off that logic, WWE...
well, TNA's better than WWE then, because WWE's ratings are down.
Well, I see how you've left me on double one there, but what I would say is WWE has not regressed anywhere nearly as bad in the year as AEW has. So that's where I'll leave it at that.
Keep an eye on those SmackDown quarter ratings, guys.
I'll be fucking there to bury them, don't you worry.
That's all I'm going to say about that. First place, 85%. WWE, you know what, as bad as it is, can we disagree? Probably not.
It's the show, it's the company we watch the most. It's the one I stay up and watch the most. I love it.
Not proud of that, by the way, but
I'm not proud of it.
Just throwing that out there. We do watch more WWE than anything else. Would I care if I started... If TNA and AEW get a little bit better, then I'll happily watch more of that stuff.
WWE's get more of the stars. They've got Mania over 2 nights. They've got the Royal Rumble. They've got big events. It's almost like based off default, WWE's going to win. And that's just the reality of it. AEW needs to dig deep and pull something out the bag to get anywhere close.
But now, here, if we were doing Company of the Year for 2025, I think I'd give it to AEW.
I would, yeah.
I think AEW's been more enjoyable.
New Japan would still be at the bottom.
Well, that's true, but I think AEW's been more enjoyable to watch than WWE in 2025.
I'd put fucking TNA above WWE because they put the belt on Big Joe.
And got Bradshaw clotheslining people.
Aye.
People bashing that storyline, by the way. Oh, a divorce is so stupid. See if Triple H done that, man, the guys would be marking it. Oh, Triple H, what a god. Storyline. the title defense.
They actually come up with something fucking creative and it gets buried.
Yeah, no, you know what they could have done? They could have just completely no sold PCO, not fucking gave the guy a mention, and just went, oh, tonight we're gonna have a fatal 4-way match for the vacant belt.
Why
But
didn't
no,
they do that?
you know what? They actually done something interesting, and they went with a coexisting storyline that brought back Steph DeLander and gave her the belt.
Do you know something funny? Cody Rhodes hasn't defended the title on a pay-per-view or a PLE since August. This is supposed to be our workhorse, folks. Need to put down.
Fucking pogging.
Is Bob?
This horse is right.
he's defended at the Rumble. Ah, yo. When in any fucking decent period of wrestling, right?
Here, do you not remember when wrestling was good? The champion defended at every pay-per-view.
And Cody's not even a part-timer.
No, do you not remember when the champion defended every pay-per-view?
That was great. Miss those days.
Right, let's get into the comments here.
Can't stop, won't stop, baby.
Yeah, none of these companies can compare to WWE. They're on another level right now. 2 years ago, I would have said AEW was the second best, but right now it'd be TNA second, AEW third. New Japan was destroyed by AEW, Tony Khan.
I agree. New Japan has been destroyed, by the way. I mean, New Japan has become so worthless because AEW have just put anyone worth a damn.
On a $5 million contract.
Yeah, it's like, what? Like, say you're American, right, or like us, English speaking, whatever. Why the fuck would you watch New Japan over AEW? Because you're getting them on an English speaking company.
Yeah. Anyway, just better than you says, who's the couple of AEW sickles who voted that garbage? React with respect says TNA Wrestling.
TNA.
Jay says TNA, the alternative to WWE. SSJ Omega says AEW shouldn't be on the list. They were inconsequential this year. Well, I mean, they're on the list because who would be replacing them? That's, you know what I mean? Like,
Well, no, we're going to put MC double
let's see
L.
what the replies are on that.
MC double L. MC.
AEW totally deserves to be on this list. What has AEW done other than being embarrassment? A godly streak of great pay-per-views. Tony Storm, Mariah May, Will Ospreay, MJF, Adam Page, Swerve Strickland.
Yeah, let's be honest, right?
So the WWE continues to lose viewers, so...
See this, a godly streak of pay-per-views.
Well, that's a load of pish.
No, that is a load of pish. Now, Andrea says, yeah, it's still the second best wrestling promotion in the world, just behind WWE. Yo, that's not a flex, man. You know, you see beating TNA that's been on fucking life support for the best part of a decade. You shouldn't be turning around and saying that at the end of the day. I mean, these two can argue back and forth. Well, it doesn't mean anything. TNA might take that spot soon. TNA, like, AEW still got big deals, right? With the whole Max thing, as you pointed out, they're on TNT, TBS, whatever. They can do Wembley. Well, I mean, I say they can take that with a pinch of salt. They can host an event in Wembley. They don't sell it out, but they can still at least attempt it.
Yeah, the Idol says WWE under Triple No sucks as a glorified indie fed. TNA is the most sports entertainment based from these options.
I like sports entertainment, damn it.
User Snoozer says TNA is the only hope. I wish to start doing 10k plus arenas soon. I mean, they can especially now they're working with WWE, they can put on good cards. TNA, the Idol says TNA is the only company outside of WCW that actually made Vince sweat. Dixie Carter is a better booker than Triple Nose and Tony Khan. TNA had an awesome roster and still does. I just don't like the match orientation instead of storylines, but they are undoubtedly best 2024. I agree, even though Dixie was Dixie, she had more clout and testicular fortitude at times, as Vince would say. More than Tony, who's basically been held to ransom and robbed by his talent. The lunatics are running the asylum. I want TNA to thrive this year. First time I've said that probably ever. They have a good product now. Exactly, my man. TNA are responsible for AJ Styles. Dixie booked him like a diamond on his final match. It took 12 guys to beat him. Sure, it's a clusterfuck, but Roman 4-year title reign ended in 1-2. Andrea says TNA sucks.
Right, I have one thing to say, right? He points out the Idol, but TNA being the only company outside WCW that made Vince sweat. And, they did, right? Dixie Carter, you can say she's a better book than Triple H and Tony Khan. You can, I'd probably agree with that because Triple H is awful and Tony Khan couldn't book himself out of a library. But, right, to say TNA had an awesome roster, correct them, Mundo. Still does, it doesn't, right? TNA is just made up of bums. With the odd good person or, an
old guy.
To claim that it still does is almost like you're wording it as if, here, it had an awesome roster and it's now still on a par.
Yeah,
TNA's roster's fucking dead.
We're not living in 2009 anymore. We need to,
Yo, let's be honest. I don't even know what the New Japan fucking roster looks like. It can't be much worse than TNA.
No, probably not.
I mean, it literally cannot be. So that's like the only disagreement I've got in there. So does our girlfriend. Give context, my guy. Because TNA sucks, right? Druslian says, I used to like WWE better in the past. Now they're just bland and uninspiring. AEW isn't good, but they are more to my liking.
I have no issue with that.
Yeah, I mean that's what we. I mean AEW is awful, man. But they do more. They do stuff. It's more. WWE's cookie cutter, man. If you want vanilla ice cream, then you go to WWE.
It's like WCW. Like it might have been a mess when it was dying, but it was interesting.
Aye. Oh, absolutely. Right, so we've got a response to this. I think you should check out TNA, then I think you'll surely enjoy it. TNA is better than AEW because it's run by people with a clue. What kind of made up reason is this? Lol. TNA sucks. You know what? I've got a lot of respect for the TNA fans. They're coming out in force here, aren't they?
Aye, all four of them. But yeah, you like, man, some people are just never going to be. You got to be trolling. WWE, their best it's been since the act.
Ah, well, you've got to be fucking trolling.
That's what I think of that. Spitting on that comment, and that's it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
I forgot the ratings, man. They're fucking the best since the act.
Load of shit, brother.